Now, part of the reason is because I really wanted to listen in on what Zelensky as well as Trump had to say. To be quite honest, I really didn't give a damn about what JD Vance had to say in the conversation. His approach, not only his approach, but it was the other gentleman's approach. I forgot the guy's name. He's some news reporter who's been around for a minute. His little bit about what Zelensky was wearing was definitely not necessary. It showed a sense of immaturity on his end to even care about what this guy is wearing. I personally didn't feel like it was anything out of the norm of what he typically would wear. If you guys look at some of the stuff he wore over the past several years, since this Ukraine scenario, this fiasco came about, you'll see it's not that conspicuous compared to how he's dressed previously. Furthermore, it should never take away from the key focus of what the conversation is about, the key reason why they were all there to begin with. He could have kept that little two-bit bullshit that he said about his attire to himself. He just wanted to nitpick, and personally, I was not feeling it at all. Now, outside of all of that, I honestly feel the way that Trump handled the conversation was very well. I felt like, again, with JD Vance, I'm still kind of trying to get a feel with this guy. I don't really not a fan of him personally, but since things are already done and he's in place as our VP, we just have to accept it for what it is. Which in all actuality is not surprising, because you'll find that a lot of us who are supporters of Trump truly do, in fact, feel a certain way when it comes to JD Vance. You guys know from my earlier videos, my previous videos, I was about to say, where I made it very clear I was not feeling this guy. As a matter of fact, I got more, I think, views or so on that particular video, which tells me more than likely there's a lot of people who would agree with that stance as well. Anyhow, in regards to the conversation that Trump had with Zelensky, really just trying to get him to see what he's currently looking at now that his administration is back in place, I felt Trump had a solid stance. And Zelensky needs to get with the program or move the hell on. What he's truly upset about is the fact that the funding that was being offered, that was being bestowed to him through the Biden administration, is technically no longer there. It's not going to be at that same level as it once was when he was in office. He needs to either get with